Imagine living where luxury isn't a dream, it's reality. Private jets, $500, million yachts, closets filled with million-dollar outfits. This is how Qatar's richest kid lives. But behind the glamour, there's a dark reality. While he dines in gold-plated restaurants, others in his country struggle to survive. Is this ultimate success or an illusion built on inequality? Stay tuned, the truth will shock you. Born into billion-dollar luxury, waking up in a gold-plated palace where the floors are polished marble, the ceilings glisten with chandeliers worth millions, and every whim is met by an army of staff. For most people, luxury means a vacation once a year or a designer bag saved up for months. But for the richest kids in Qatar, that's just another Tuesday. They don't just live in luxury, they exist in a world where money has no meaning. Private jets replace cars, five-star hotels are weekend getaways, and shopping trips in Paris are just a casual afternoon escape. But here's where it gets controversial. While these elite heirs indulge in excess, the wealth gap in Qatar is staggering, leaving migrant workers in conditions that most billionaires will never acknowledge. At the center of this extreme wealth is the Al Thani family, Qatar's ruling dynasty, with a net worth of over $2.1 billion. Their children are raised in an unparalleled bubble of privilege where private Boeing 747s serve as personal transportation. Their $100 million yachts function as floating palaces, and their palatial residences make Hollywood mansions look modest. The Dor Royal Palace, a 15-palace complex, is so massive it includes a private car collection worth hundreds of millions. But here's the shocking contrast. Just miles away from this golden empire, thousands of migrant workers live in labor camps, struggling to earn a fraction of what these billionaire kids spend on a single outfit. For the children of Qatar's elite, the world bends to their desires. They are born into global influence, rubbing shoulders with celebrities, attending the world's most exclusive events, and shopping from collections before they even hit the runway. Some of them, like Issa Al-Mana, son of billionaire Wissam Al-Mana and pop icon Janet Jackson, live at the intersection of royalty and celebrity, growing up with both unimaginable wealth and global recognition. But beyond the flashy lifestyle, one question lingers. Are these billionaire kids being groomed to lead, or are they simply inheriting a world of excess without understanding the struggles of the people who built it? So now I ask you, is this fair? Is it right that one child is born into a life of gold-plated privilege while another works long hours in brutal heat just to survive? Do the rich have a responsibility to bridge this gap, or is this just the way the world works? One thing is certain, this is not just about wealth, it's about power, privilege, and a reality most will never experience. The question remains, is this life of extreme privilege a blessing or a bubble waiting to burst? One thing is certain, the world is watching. The private jets and super yachts they call home. For most people, flying first class is a once-in-a-lifetime luxury, but for the richest kids in Qatar, it's not even an option. Why? Because they don't fly with the rest of the world. Instead, they step onto private Boeing 747s, flying palaces outfitted with gold-trimmed interiors, private suites, marble bathrooms, and staff dedicated to fulfilling their every whim. These jets aren't just for travel, they are symbols of power, custom-built to remind the world who's in charge. And when they aren't soaring through the skies in their personal aircraft, they are cruising the world's most exclusive waters on floating mansions that make five-star hotels look average. The Al Thani family, Qatar's ruling dynasty, lives in a world that barely seems real. Their super yacht, Qatar, is a $500 million masterpiece of engineering, a floating empire that boasts a full spa, a private movie theater, infinity pools, and even a staff of 90 people just to maintain its flawless luxury. This isn't just wealth, it's untouchable, unimaginable power. The children of Qatar's elite don't just enjoy luxury. They are born into a lifestyle so extravagant that even billionaires look modest in comparison. But here's where it gets controversial. While these privileged few sip champagne on their private decks overlooking the Monaco coastline miles away, thousands of workers live in overcrowded labor camps, surviving on meager wages that wouldn't even cover a single meal on one of these yachts. The same hands that build Qatar's palaces, maintain their luxury resorts, and staff their private jets often live in poverty, trapped in a cycle of struggle while the elite continue to accumulate unimaginable wealth. So here's the real question. Is this fair? Can one family truly justify such extreme privilege while many in their own country barely get by? Is this just the natural divide between the ultra-rich and the working class? Or is it a brutal example of unchecked excess? Qatar's richest kids have never known anything but opulence, and to them this is normal. But to the rest of the world, it's a level of extravagance that raises serious questions. Billion-dollar mansions and palaces. They inherit. Forget mansions. The Al Thani family doesn't just own homes, they own entire kingdoms. Their crown jewel, the Dor Royal Palace, isn't just one palace, it's a 15-palace mega-complex, a fortress of gold, marble, and rare gemstones built to showcase their dynasty's untouchable power. Step inside and you'll find rooms draped in silk, chandeliers worth more than most people will earn in a lifetime, and an underground garage housing over 500 of the world's rarest supercars. These are not just luxury vehicles, they are multi-million-dollar engineering masterpieces, each hand-picked to represent status, power, and exclusivity. Among them is the $6 million Bugatti Divo, a hypercar built for extreme speed and precision, featuring a custom paint job in the colors of the French flag. Sitting next to it is a Lamborghini Sienne FKP 37, valued at $3,600,000, finished in a striking purple with exposed carbon fiber and gold wheels. The garage also houses a Ferrari Monza SP2 worth $1,750,000, an ultra-rare, open-top roadster designed for pure performance. And for those who think that's excessive, it's only the beginning. This collection also includes a $1 million McLaren P1, a $1,400,000 Ferrari LaFerrari, and countless other automotive icons, all customized to the royal family's exact specifications. But here's where it gets controversial. Just miles away from this golden empire, thousands of workers live in cramped labor camps, surviving on wages that wouldn't even cover a single night in one of these palaces. While Qatar's richest kids are handed billion-dollar estates before they can legally drive, others are struggling just to afford a basic meal. Is this the unavoidable reality of extreme wealth, or is something deeply wrong with this system? The Al Thani family's real estate empire stretches far beyond Qatar, from private islands to luxury estates in London, Paris, and Beverly Hills. These aren't just homes, they're power moves, billion-dollar symbols that cement their dominance on a global scale. But while they expand their empire, the question remains: how much wealth is too much when so many in their own country have so little? Designer fashion and exclusive events. For most people, buying a designer handbag is a luxury, a carefully planned splurge, a symbol of success. But for Qatar's richest kids, luxury isn't something they buy, it's something they own. These heirs don't just wear Chanel, Hermes, or Louis Vuitton, they buy entire collections before they even hit the runway. Imagine walking into a private showroom where fashion houses roll out exclusive, unreleased pieces tailored to your exact taste, no price tags necessary. These billionaire heirs fly to Paris, Milan, and New York just to shop, where designers shut down entire boutiques just to cater to their desires. Their closets aren't wardrobes, they are vaults of wealth, filled with custom-made Dior gowns worth $250,000, diamond-encrusted Rolex watches priced at $500,000, and Hermes Birkin bags valued at over $1 million each. But here's where it gets controversial. While these elite teens spend millions on a single shopping trip, thousands of workers in Qatar earn less in a year than what these kids spend on a single outfit. The same hands that sew these designer dresses, craft luxury handbags, and assemble gold-plated watches often live in harsh conditions, making barely enough to survive. This is the ultimate display of excess, a world where wealth is limitless, yet empathy seems in short supply. While these billionaire heirs collect handbags worth more than most people's homes, others struggle just to afford food and shelter. In the race for status, luxury has become meaningless, not a symbol of success, but a distraction from the reality that most will never escape. The power of sports and entertainment connections. For most sports fans, watching a game from the nosebleed section is a dream come true. But for Qatar's richest kids, that's not even an option. Why? Because they don't buy tickets. They buy the teams, the stadiums, and sometimes even the players. While millions struggle to afford a seat at the World Cup, the heirs of Qatar's elite watch from glass-walled VIP suites, sipping on $5,000 bottles of champagne, sitting next to A-list celebrities, and casually deciding the future of international sports. Their families control some of the biggest names in the sports industry. The Al Thani family owns Paris Saint-Germain (PSG), one of Europe's most dominant soccer clubs, spending hundreds of millions to sign the world's best players like Neymar and Mbappe. Their influence stretches beyond soccer. Formula One, boxing, and even the Olympics have become playgrounds for Qatar's billionaires, with deals that reshape entire leagues, and when they're not buying teams, they're securing front-row seats at events most people will never even be able to attend, let alone afford. But here's where it gets controversial. Is sports still about competition, or is it just another asset for the ultra-rich? When billionaires control the industry, does talent still matter, or is it just about who has the deepest pockets? While most athletes work their entire lives for a shot at greatness, some of Qatar's wealthiest kids don't need to train, sacrifice, or compete. They can simply buy their way in. So, is sports still a game of skill and passion, or has it become just another luxury product for the world's elite? Celebrity friendships and global influence. For most of us, meeting a celebrity is a once-in-a-lifetime moment, a story you tell for years. But for Qatar's richest kids, Hollywood's biggest names aren't distant idols, they're weekend party guests. These billionaire heirs don't wait in line for VIP passes, they buy the entire event. From private concerts with A-list musicians to exclusive yacht parties where the guest list includes Hollywood's elite, this is a world where money isn't just power, it's access to the untouchable. Take Isa Al-Mana, son of Janet Jackson and Qatari billionaire Wissam Al-Mana. Unlike most celebrity kids, he isn't just growing up with fame. He's surrounded by unimaginable wealth, influence, and direct ties to both Hollywood and Middle Eastern royalty. But he's not alone. The heirs of Qatar's wealthiest families rub shoulders with movie stars, dine with Grammy winners, and vacation with social media moguls. They live in a reality where a private concert from Beyoncé is as easy to arrange as ordering room service. In a world where the ultra-rich can buy access to anything, does fame even mean anything anymore? While millions of fans save for months just to see their favorite artists perform from the back row, Qatar's billionaires simply wire a check and have them sing in their living room. It begs the question, is celebrity culture still about talent and hard work, or is it just another luxury product for the world's elite? The billionaire kids who give back. For the ultra-rich, charity isn't just about generosity, it's about influence, image, and legacy. Qatar's wealthiest heirs don't just donate, they fund entire foundations, build state-of-the-art hospitals, and shape global education policies. On the surface, it seems noble. Millions flowing into schools, healthcare, and humanitarian causes. But behind the carefully crafted headlines, is this true generosity or just another way to secure their empire? The Al Thani family alone has poured billions into philanthropic efforts, funding universities, medical research centers, and cultural institutions. Their children grow up attending charity galas alongside world leaders, writing checks that could change entire communities. Yet, while their donations make headlines, their own lavish lifestyles remain untouched. Private jets, gold-plated palaces, and designer wardrobes continue to define their everyday lives, raising the question, are they truly giving back, or are they just maintaining their power under the guise of philanthropy? When the world's richest give, it's not just kindness, it's strategy. These donations secure their family's reputation, buy political favor, and ensure their place at the table of global decision-makers. While the public sees billion-dollar pledges to charity, few question how much of that wealth was built on systems that keep the rich richer. So, is philanthropy the great equalizer, or is it just another tool of control? Does true generosity exist when it comes from unimaginable privilege, or is it simply a calculated move to protect their empire? The future of Qatar's richest kids. Being born into wealth is one thing, but holding on to power is another. Qatar's richest kids have everything at their fingertips: elite education, billion-dollar business empires waiting to be inherited, and access to the world's most powerful people. They aren't just growing up in luxury, they are being groomed to shape the future. From private tutoring by Ivy League professors to leadership training that would rival Fortune 500 CEOs, these heirs are being prepared for something far greater than just spending money. Does extreme privilege create strong leaders, or does it breed complacency? The world has seen what happens when billion-dollar empires are handed down to heirs who never had to fight for their fortune. Will these next-generation elites innovate, expand, and push Qatar into a new era of global dominance? Or will they simply continue the cycle of excess, living off their family's name, while the real decision-making is left to advisors behind closed doors? Because history has proven one thing: wealth doesn't guarantee success. Some of the world's richest families have built legacies that lasted for generations, while others have seen their fortunes disappear in a single generation due to bad decisions and reckless spending. So, will Qatar's billionaire heirs rise as powerful leaders, or will they become just another cautionary tale of inherited wealth? A life of endless wealth, but at what cost? Qatar's billionaire heirs inherit unlimited luxury, but do they understand its true value? While they live in unimaginable excess, others fight for survival. Is this the future of the ultra-rich, or a bubble waiting to burst? Comment below, should this much wealth exist? Subscribe now, because what we expose next will change everything you thought you knew about power.